Hello students, myself Sandeep Kumar Singh, and today we are going to discuss about a chapter from Moments book of class 9 CBSC, and the name of that chapter is Iswaran the Storyteller, written by R.K. Lakshman. So friends, R.K. Lakshman, he was a very famous short story writer, cartoonist. Okay, he drew sketches for one of the most famous serial in India, and the name of that serial is Malgudi Days. I think you might be knowing, isn't it? Again, he drew cartoons for different newspapers. Okay, he was really a very renowned cartoonist and story writer. Now on the screen, just you can see the images of Mr. R.K. Lakshman. Okay. Now let us see about him. His full name was Rasipuram Krishna Swami Iyer Lakshman, and he was born on 24th October 1921 in Mysore. His father was a school headmaster, okay, and Lakshman was the youngest of 6 sons. He was best known for his creation, The Common Man, and for his daily cartoon strips, You Said It, in the Times of India, which started in 1951, and he was the recipient of Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan, and Raman Magsaysay Award. Okay, students. Now on the screen, just you can see the sketches of Mr. R.K. Lakshman. These are the cartoons which are being made by Mr. R.K. Lakshman. Now let us discuss about the story. The name itself signifies Iswaran the Storyteller. Here Iswaran. Who is Iswaran? Iswaran is a person, isn't it? And here the writer R.K. Lakshman, okay, he has expressed him as a storyteller. Now students, see, storytelling, it's not a cup of tea. Okay, storytelling is an art. It requires a very nice voice modulation, body language, gestures, isn't it? Just in order to make the story very realistic. Okay, so that sort of qualities, okay, were there in Iswaran. Okay. See, mainly in this story, there are 3 characters. Okay, your number 1 is Ganesha, okay, Mahendra, and Iswaran. And the story was narrated to Ganesh by Mahendra. Okay, students. Mahendra was a bachelor, junior supervisor in a construction firm. Firm means what? Factories, industries. So actually his job was to keep an eye on different construction sites. Okay, the works which were being carried in those construction sites, actually he needs to watch over that. Okay, he needs to keep an eye over those works. Mahendra always had his asset, his cook Iswaran, with him. Now the second character appears in the story, and he is none other than the Iswaran. Okay, who was Iswaran? Iswaran was the cook of Mahendra. Okay, he was the cook of Mahendra. Now Iswaran had amazing capacity to produce vegetables and cooking ingredients anywhere. Now as you know, that job of Mahendra is what? He was a supervisor, and he used to what? Work in different sites where he was posted. Sometime, okay, he may need to work in some remote areas also. Sometime he need to stay in some tents also. Okay, where all sorts of facilities were not available. But his cook Iswaran, he was having that sort of quality that he used to manage all those things, vegetables, edible items, okay, whatever things needed for cooking, everything he used to manage, and he used to cook food for, okay, Mahendra. Even he used to wash clothes, okay, he used to clean the rooms, and moreover he also, what we can say, he also became a source of entertainment for him. Okay, how do you know? Because he used to narrate different types of stories to him. So Iswaran would read popular Tamil thriller stories, and Iswaran was having one what we can say hobby, okay, of reading, okay, and he used to read mainly the horror or thriller stories, okay. His own description was greatly influenced by the Tamil authors, and whatever the stories actually which he used to write, which he used to weave, that also drew a inspiration from the Tamil authors. He weaved endless stories, okay, and played a role of TB in Mahendra's living quarter. As you know that Mahendra was posted in different remote areas, isn't it? So sometimes he needs to stay in tents also. So there was no TB with him, isn't it? So his cook, he was playing the role of a TB. How? By telling, okay, different types of stories to him. Similarly, one story he told to Mahendra, the story of uprooted tree, okay, the story of uprooted tree on the highway. You can see here how very beautifully he had illustrated the story. He began by saying that the road was deserted and he was alone, when suddenly spotted something looking like an enormous bushy beast, okay, lying sprawled across the road. He continues to say that he was about to escape from there, but did not do so. Why? Because when he came closer, he realized that it was a tree that had fallen and its dry branches had spread out. So just you imagine, okay, all this just to say what? That a tree had fallen on a highway. How beautifully he had illustrated to make the story look what? A realistic one. Okay. Similarly, he weaved a tale of Tusker. Tusker means what? Elephant, which destroyed everything on the way, and how he made him collapse in the end with the help of a small cane and carrot. See that story? Actually, what happened? He said that one day an elephant goes mad and becomes uncontrollable. He enters the school ground where students were playing. Iswaran was also one of them, okay? And seeing the wild elephant, all the children ran into their classroom. Iswaran takes courage and decides to control the animal. He takes a cane and moves towards the elephant. He hits the elephant on his third toenail. He collapses, and this is how Iswaran tackles the wild elephants. Okay, so this story is also being narrated by Iswaran to Mahendra. Okay, Iswaran linked the auspicious full moon night to a story of female ghost. Okay, see what he said. He said that one day he waved a story about a female ghost holding a fetus in her hand. Okay, then what happened? Mahendra stopped him from telling such a horrible stories and told him that there are no such things as ghosts and that they are only our what? Imagination. Okay. Iswaran linked the auspicious full moon night to a story of female ghost holding a fetus, which we have discussed now. Now Mahendra rebuked. Okay. Mahendra rebuked him for explaining such baseless stories. Rebuke means what? To criticize. Okay, he criticized. He said that no, whatever the stories you are telling, okay, those are what? Nothing but just your creation. He thought that was only a figment of imagination. Figment means what? Do you know? Figment means a creation of one's mind. So he said that those stories are nothing but just the creation, okay, of one's mind. One night Mahendra heard a low moaning near his window. He thought it to be a cat, okay, but sound became louder and louder, okay, and what happened? Sound became louder and louder. When he peeped through the window, he fainted, for he saw a cloudy figure clutching, okay, a bundle near his window sill. So Mahendra could not sleep that night. Okay, and in the morning Iswaran asked him about the sounds and the female ghost. Okay, then actually what? He also complained. okay, about how he was making him fool, isn't it? But Mahendra was so upset that he resolved, okay, ultimately he decided to leave the haunted place the very next day. Okay, actually he became too afraid, okay, and that is why he decided, what we can say, to leave that place, okay, ultimately. So here we can see, that the author has ended the story by making the protagonist Mahendra escape from the scene, isn't it? Instead of finding out, okay, finding the solution or investigating the matter, okay, here Mahendra, he used to leave that place, isn't it? So ultimately what we can say, the story ends here, okay, where the protagonist escaped from that place. So students, on the screen here you can see the images of Tusker. It's an elephant, okay, and a woman holding fetus. Now as we have already discussed the story, okay, now I have written one very short summary of the story. Now let us go through it. Mahendra was a supervisor in a firm. His job was to supervise different construction sites. Nature of his job was to move from one place to another place. Mahendra's needs were simple. He had a servant named Iswaran. Iswaran followed Mahendra without any complaint. Okay, he cooked for Mahendra, washed his clothes, and cleansed the shelter in leisure time. Iswaran read Tamil thrill stories, and it affected him so much that even his smallest incident, like falling off a tree, appeared to him like a what? Busy beast. Iswaran described each thing in detail, and he weaved daily a new story full of thrill and horror to Mahendra. He played the role of a TB in Mahendra's quarter. Okay, students. Once he told to Mahendra a story about Tusker with the prolonged of elephant in the jungle and how they behaved when they got mate. The Tusker escaped out of the jungle, destroying everything what came into the way. It reached in Iswaran's school. There everyone was terrified watching that drama of the Tusker. It pulled football goalpost and volleyball net. Later Iswaran told that he grabbed a cane from the teacher's hand and faced the mad Tusker boldly. He hit onto the third toenail of the elephant and it severed and collapsed. At this point, he would leave the story and Mahendra remained in dangling situation, isn't it? And on one auspicious day, he weaved a story about a ghost, which we have discussed. Okay, woman holding a fetus in her hand. Mahendra stopped him such nonsense stories, and there are no such type of figure but our imagination only. After a few days, Mahendra heard some noise near his window sill during the night time. First he put it as some sort of small animal like cat, but the noise became louder and louder. When he peeped through the window, he fainted because he saw some cloudy figure clutching a bundle near his window sill. Mahendra could not sleep that night. In morning, Iswaran smilingly asked about the sound that woman ghost. Mahendra was so upset that he resolved to leave the haunted place the very next day. Okay, students. So this is the story. Now let us discuss some important questions. Number one, in what way is Iswaran an asset to Mahendra? Mahendra was a junior supervisor, isn't it, who would be posted at various locations. His job required a lot of traveling. The biggest asset in his life was his cook, isn't it? Why? Because he used to manage everything. He used to cook food for him. He used to wash clothes for him. He used to clean his room, isn't it? And he himself was a what? Source of entertainment for him by narrating different types of stories. So he cooked, washed clothes and gave him company by weaving endless stories spite of with thrill and horror. Okay, students? Now let us see one more question. This is also very important. How does Iswaran describe the uprooted tree on the highway? What effect does he want to create in his listeners? So this also we have already discussed. Okay, let us see. Iswaran describes the uprooted tree as an enormous bushy beast lying sprawled across the road. He is influenced by Tamil stories full of suspense. He loves creating suspense before telling anything. His stories are so lovely that they leave a long lasting impact on the listener's mind. Okay, students, now on the screen there are some questions which are your assignment. Okay, home assignment, just go through it. Number 1 question: describe Iswaran as a cook. What are his qualities that attract you the most? Okay, then number 2, ghost as a figment of our imagination. Okay, figment means I have already told you, isn't it? Figment means what? Figment means a creation of one's mind. So ghosts are a figment of our imagination. Discuss. Then what did Iswaran tell his master on the night of the full moon? Last question, write a character sketch of Iswaran. So these are the questions for your homework. Okay, kindly go through it. So I hope you have understood the chapter which I have explained. So please do subscribe to my channel, like my videos. Okay, and please post your valuable suggestions, okay, or comments, whatever you are having, in the given below comment box. Thank you.